All right, Nathaniel here, and today we're going to analyze the holy box of condom that Lorne brought to the house, and that he was going to rape Kayla with. And I was thinking about it, like he was supposed to drive her back to his place, so why did he bring condoms to the house? Their plan, and even the phone calls, they make that very, very clear. Like in the phone call, he says, I'm gonna bring you back here anyway. So, she calls him the sixth time to say, You asked me if we have a garage? We have one. He laughs. He says, I'm gonna bring you back here so it doesn't matter anyway. So why does he bring the condoms to the house? And at first I thought he got them on his way to the house. You know? But what kind of man doesn't have condoms in his apartment, like where he lives? Even if you're single, you always have condoms on hand. You never know. You never know when you're going to need them. I'm guessing that Lorne, before buying those condoms, he didn't have any. So he didn't expect to get laid ever, basically. Or maybe he didn't want to waste money. Like, oh, cool, I have to spend $10. And what if I never use them? That's going to be waste money. But Lorne, there are some places where they give them for free. And actually, Lorne, if you ask me, I would have bought you condoms because that would be my contribution to humanity. The last thing I want is for you to reproduce. Some people say we should castrate pedophiles. I agree, but I cannot say that I agree because, those poor men castrating pedophiles, that's so mean. We are so mean. So I cannot say that I want to castrate pedophiles, but we could at least sterilize them so they cannot make kids and then abuse these kids, So if you wanted me to pay for your sterilization, Lorne, I would pay for it. I think that the church would even get together and pay for your vasectomy. I would, to make sure that you never have kids. I would. But anyway, why did he bring condoms to the house? And that's probably the reason. When he calls her, he says, he thought I got them early. I'm going to go to Walmart to get the condoms so I don't get you pregnant. So I'm guessing he bought them on his way to the house, but it's never mentioned anywhere. They don't mention it like, Lorne stopped on his way to the house to buy condoms. Actually, I'm going to All right, sorry for that. So I just listen carefully. This is a phone call number 5. Listen.
I have to go to Walmart really quick to get them things so I don't get you pregnant.
I have to go to Walmart to get them things so I don't get you pregnant. That's the 5th phone call. If you look in the Lornography, the phone calls, if you look at my time location, they both happen after 7:13:55. So here. You want me to call you? Yes. No. Yes. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. But it happens here. And that's 1 hour ahead of time. So it's actually 6:13 p.m. And he shows up at the house at around 8:30 if I remember well. Maybe one day I'll do a full timeline of it to be sure. So he has 2 hours, and in between that, he has to take a shower. He has to go put gas in his tank, as he said he would, and he has to buy condoms, and he has to drive by an hour. So, of course, this is where he brought the condoms, right in the middle here, and probably brought the bracelet at the same time. So yeah, he did buy condoms on his way to the house. And I think that's an aggravating factor. Because, he could have said, no, I didn't bring condoms to the house. The condoms were always in my truck. I always keep condoms in my truck all the time. It's not good. The condoms are not going to be good because, it's kind of hot and they're going to lose their protective powers. I could say that. But the fact that, here Lorne goes to Walmart to buy condoms. The fact that he does that on his way to the house, that shows a lot of premeditation. That guy stopped at the Walmart to buy condoms. And of course, he's not going to drive back to his home to put the condoms in his apartment, He's going to keep them in his truck. Like, he's not going to waste gas. He's already on his last dollars. So he's not going to waste gas to go back to his home and then go back to Kayla's house again. He's just going to drive straight to the home with the condoms in his house. And anyway, he needs to bring the bracelet to the house. So what happens? He goes to Walmart. He buys condoms and bracelet. And I'm guessing he put it on his MasterCard that he's never going to repay. Another person that got scammed by Lorne, the MasterCard company, he lost $300 to Lorne. But yeah, so he goes to Walmart. He doesn't drive back because it's a waste of gas, so he goes to the house. So that's why he has condoms. But that makes it even worse because it shows. Oh, those are the picture of Lorne. I just realized what they were. If you listen to my other videos where I say that I don't know what this is the picture. I know what picture it is. Wow. But if anyway, so that shows a lot of premeditation. The fact that he bought condoms specially for that, you know, he didn't always have those condoms. Like for example, as I said, he didn't have always those condoms in his cars. He just bought them specifically for that event.
His car is searched. Well, Mr.
And then I want to show you something.
Armstrong.
So now the cops just take the condom and put them there and says, Mr. Armstrong's truck, we found some condoms. And now we know what this is. You know, when you see that, you kind of know what this is. But no, it's not enough for Dateline. They have to put like a zoom on it.
We found some condoms.
We found some condoms and they even zoom on it like a big plan. Like I can just imagine, oh, just 1 second, sir. I need to take a big plan of that. And you just get the camera right to it. Like, yeah, those are condoms. But I knew that already. And... you have to really show like in great details, look guys, he brought condoms. And they're kind of smart because it really proved that he was there to rape that. You know, for someone that just watches the show, someone that really didn't study like Lornography like we did, they don't know. Like, and that's one way to show really quickly that Lorne was going to rape her. And I like how it's a pleasure pack. At least he didn't cheapen on that. He could have bought some cheap condoms, you know, the kind of stuff that always break. But he could have bought the cheap condoms and just one or two of them. But no, he bought the pleasure pack. Like, it's for my precious princess. If she doesn't like the blue one, we can try the red one. And if she doesn't want the red one, we'll get the green one. And if she doesn't like any of them, well, fuck her. Fuck her. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. And I like how he has 14. Like, how are they gonna use the 14 condoms during the weekend? Lorne, with all the bad cardio he has, you know, he doesn't have any cardio actually. He's a smoker, he's a heavy drinker, he eats crap, he's not really active physically. Like the only physical job he has was repairing Durango Mango's house, and he wasn't too physically active, if you see what I mean. He didn't do much. So there's no way Lorne can have, you know, there's no way he can do it twice in a row. He's going to do it once. And the simple fact that he's able to do it once is already surprising. It's already shocking. Like, you would expect Lorne to be impotent, basically. But the fact that he's able to do it and actually maintain an erection, that's impressive. But there's no way he's going to be using more than 2 condoms a day. Even 2 condoms, that would be really stretching it. You can really tell that Lorne is not some kind of sexual bull, you know. It's not like some dominant male that is... Oh, that's disgusting. But you can pretty much tell that Lorne, the simple fact that he can get 1 erection is impressive. But 2... forget it. So after he has sex with Kayla once, he's not going to be able to do it again for a couple weeks. But yeah, there's no way he's going to use all 14 condoms in you have a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because our parents come home on Sunday. Maybe they can do it one last time quickly on Sunday. So that's 4 times. So what is he going to do with the rest of the condoms? I guess he wanted to be sure not to run out of them, you know? He wanted to be sure that he would have enough, and if one of them breaks, well, he have a few left. So he wanted to be sure to be able to rape Kayla as much as he wanted. One final element, those are latex condom. And, you know, some girls are allergic to latex. I'm guessing that Lorne probably wore condom at least once in his life. So if he was allergic to them, he would know. But what if Kayla is allergic to them? That's the point I raised in my last video. What if he uses one and he rapes Kayla and Kayla gets a rash or it really hurts? She's like, oh, it hurts. He's like, oh, I'm allergic to latex. Oh, what do you think Lorne's going to do? Do you think Lorne's going to say, okay, well, we're not going to use these condoms. We're just going to throw them away, I guess, and get some, you can use also some, they use it from like beef stuff, like beef's like intestine, something like that. I don't know, actually. I don't remember, like, what they are. I think it's skin of an animal. And they say they use polyurethane condom. They not only prevent pregnancy. I never see that. Stronger shelf life, not sensitive, are thicker and less elastic. They are not as firm fitting as latex, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I didn't know, never heard of polyurethane. I only knew about the one that animal skin, something like that. It's FC2, female condoms. Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that about contraception. Allergic or chemical sensitivity. Some people are allergic to latex condom. A girl I knew was allergic, and she didn't know it. So when she tried the first time, she didn't know. You know, they don't teach you that. They use skin rashes, eye, itchy, red, watery eyes, coughing, sneezing. Natural membrane. That's what they do not protect against HIV. Oh, that I didn't know. Oh wow. That's the one I learned about in school, that you can use that. Natural membrane. And that's something like, because I learned in school, if you're really like in a rush and you don't have any condom, you can actually use some saran wrap, you know. You can use that like saran wrap. You can use that as a condom. That's one thing I learned. Yeah, you can use that as a condom. You just fold it a couple times, you know. You make like a kind of a pocket, and you can use that as a condom. That's pretty interesting. And yes, I don't think it blocks HIV. HIV is very small, but it's going to stop pregnancy. But anyway, I didn't know that lambskin. Yeah, that's what it is. It's some lamb. Okay, not beef. So you can use that. Skin to skin, you can use latex free. And what are they made of, though? But I thought it was really beef skin, but lamb skin, I guess. What are they made of? Does not protect against STIs. Okay. That's for pregnancy. What are they made of? That's what the question. Is it really lambskin? I hope it is. From natural material? That's kind of expensive, $2.60 per condom, though. I remember condoms being cheaper than that. I have some places like it's 25 cents per condom. And what are they made of? Is a bit of a misnomer. I remember from a thin layer of sheep cecum, a part of the intestine. Ha! You were laughing at me because I said they use beef intestine, but nah, I was right. They use sheep intestine. Okay, they may sound a bit unappealing, natural animal product. Lamb is consumed as a food worldwide, yeah. So they're really made from the intestine of an animal, if you didn't know. You learned something today, didn't you? So anyway, what if Kayla is allergic to latex? You know, Lorne is not going to go and say, oh, I'm going to buy some lambskin condom or some polyurethane urethane condoms. You know Lorne is going to say, well, you're allergic, but I did buy them now, so it's too late, okay? And you know Lorne is going to keep using them. You know? Even if she's allergic, like she has sex with Lorne for the first time and she has a rash, you know Lorne is not going to stop. He's going to say, it's too late now, I bought them, so I'm going to be using them anyway. He's that type of guy. A great guy. And one more last point I have to say. He says, I have to get you condoms so I don't get you pregnant. Why not? And I was wondering, what if he gets her pregnant and she's 13 years old? Is he going to bring her to get a secret abortion? And that opens the way to a whole new, like a very, very dark part of humanity. Like Lorne is going to go with his precious little princess. He's going to go to an abortion clinic. And the doctor is going to say, hey, you're his dad? You're her dad? Yeah, I'm her dad. Yeah. Like, let's say you're a doctor at abortion clinic, and people can be anti-abortion. I get that, okay, but that's not the point today. But let's say you're a doctor in an abortion clinic, and you see Lorne Armstrong and Kayla Armstrong. What do? You're a father? Yeah, I'm her father. Then you're going to ask, okay, and of course, you're going to talk to Kayla. You're curious. You're going to say, Kayla, how's your boyfriend? How old is he? And you know Lorne is going to brainwash her. He's going to say, Kayla, if they ask any question, you say the baby is from Derek. But if you're a good doctor, he's 13 years old, and you make a question like, the weird man that doesn't look anything like you, he's the one that got you pregnant, right? And Kayla's going to cry and say, yes, he's my boyfriend. He's Lorne, and I love him. What do? You're a doctor. Can you call the police? Is it part of the medical secret? I don't think it is. So let's say she does get pregnant and they go to get an abortion. There's a real risk that Lorne gets arrested for it because they're not stupid. The abortion doctor, not all of them, and they're gonna ask questions to her. And if they figure out that the baby is from Lorne, it's kind of the dirty part of humanity, because it's something that happens frequently. And I'm going to make a video about that eventually on my serious channel. But basically, children that, that kind of stuff. There are some real Lorne in the world. There are some real adults that rape children, and the children's going to get pregnant. And the doctor that has to deal with that, and, there's an abortion, and they have to, you got raped by an adult. That's a really tough job. And what do? Do you bring therapy to the young woman? Do you take care of her? I'm guessing that Lorne might bring her like to some kind of cheap, shady place to get an abortion. But all in all, that's the reason Lorne brings condom. He doesn't want to have to deal with that. He doesn't want to be the one that has to do all that, and it's a big risk. So when he brings condom, it's not for Kayla. It's not because he doesn't want Kayla to be pregnant. It's because he wants to manage his risk. He doesn't want to have to deal with a possible pregnancy, and that's evidence, If Kayla is pregnant, because the other option is, okay, let's keep the baby then, and let's pretend it's some random teenager that you have sex with. But if she gets pregnant and the parents find out and they start interrogating her, eventually she's going to tell. Eventually she's going to tell on Lorne. And now they have proof, It's the DNA of Lorne in the baby. And now that's proof, and Lorne is going to be arrested and for rape. So the real reason Lorne brings condom is to protect himself. It's not to get caught. He doesn't want to get caught. Again, a baby, that's pretty strong evidence of a rape, especially with a random guy that's an hour away and now the DNA is tied to him. So when he brings condoms, I'm telling you, Lorne doesn't want to use condoms with Kayla. He doesn't want to. He wants to feel skin on skin natural. In fact, the first time they were going to do it skin on skin natural, and then he was going to pull out and put a condom and finish, I guess. But that raises another question. STIs. Kayla doesn't have any STIs. Like, it's very unlikely that she has any STIs. Like, unless she was born with HIV, but that's, from two rich parent doctor, that's very, impossible. And she's not sexually active, so how could she get an STI? Unless she lied to Lorne. But given who she is and given the character she is, it's impossible. So it's very unlikely that she has any STI, sexually transmitted infections. But Lorne, on the other hand, at 36, and you can tell that's the kind of guy that's not always very clean. There's a chance he has some kind of STI. Well, it's hard for him to get laid, but he could have herpes. That's an illness that never goes away. So he could have that. And he could transmit that to her. He doesn't give a shit about that. Again, of course he brings condoms, but again, that's not because he doesn't want to give an STI to her. That's because he wants to cover his tracks and he doesn't want to get caught. So that's an interesting question. Very interesting question. One last final point is the fact that he brought Trojan Pleasure Pack. That's not the cheapest one. In fact, that's amongst the most expensive. There's maybe one brand that's more expensive. I'm impressed. How could he muster enough money to buy that? He must have been saving money for like a month. Maybe that's why he wants to wait a month to meet her. Like, I have to save money to buy condoms. And I'm kind of impressed that he did buy them, because I would really expect Lorne to go to a Planned Parenthood and you can get condoms for free. That's a good thing. So I really expect him to do that. But no, he goes to Walmart and he buys actually some nice condoms. That's impressive to me. And that's nice. Maybe he didn't want to give her an excuse to refuse. Like if she says, for example, oh, I don't want to do it. Kayla, I went to the store and I bought some condoms and I bought some quality condoms. Okay? So shut up and do it. Kind of an interesting point to analyze. I hope you like my short analysis of the condoms. There's a lot of materials in it. It looks like a simple scene, but it goes into weird and long and very recondite tangents. So I hope you liked my video and have a good day.